Hello, my name's John Cockburn-Evans, and I am the founder of Engaged Intelligence Limited. So today we want to talk to you a bit about the why we are going down on this journey, what it is all about, so people can understand it better. Once I've given a bit of a brief oversight on that, I will hand over to Ben, who's my co-founder as well, of Engaged Intelligence, and he will tell you a bit about himself and also the product. And then we'll get into a bit of a discussion in terms of where we're going to take this and what we're looking for. So my background is originally an engineer, worked in the corporate world for many years and then corporate consulting, and then been running my own businesses around coaching, leadership development, and a bit of lean-based consultancy. But hit upon this idea a bit ago around trust. I've even actually written a book on coaching called actually Coaching for Cultural Transformation. And one of the chapters there is specific about toxic cultures and lack of trust. But hit upon this idea about the fact that trust is at an all-time low in organization. You know, I picked that up intuitively and also speaking to people anecdotally, and some of the work that I've done in organizations as well. So we started and embarked on this business. And then the interesting thing as well is we've picked up other data, specifically, there's a very good book written by two ladies, Amelia Dunlop and Ashley Reicheld, called The Four Factors of Trust. And they've done some work with Deloitte where they work, and have got some really hard data now, based on extensive surveys on how trust and where trust is in organizations, both internally and also externally with the customers. And they've even come up with what they call their four factors of trust, which is humanity, transparency, and reliability and capability. And they're sort of all interlinked. So that's really the driver behind it. Both of us are really passionate about it. So without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to Ben, so he can explain a bit about his background, his history, and what's driving him with his project. So over to you, Ben.
Thanks, John. My background is primarily one of software development, and you might argue, why would a software developer suddenly be talking about something that might seem as nebulous as trust? The reason is that through my time as a software developer, I got very involved in corporate process. I got very involved in change processes within the company. And they also discovered that actually I preferred making other people more successful rather than being successful myself. And this encouraged me into management, where I progressed quickly. However, as a manager, I discovered that I was probably the cause of more problems than I was solving. And this wasn't due to my fault. This wasn't due to the fault of anyone I managed or anyone who managed me, but rather it was just the fundamental nature of how companies work. And I quickly came to the conclusion that the ultimate problem that stops everything from happening within companies is communication. And the reason that communication is so poor is due to a fundamental lack of trust. And these things have stuck with me for a while. When I met John, it was shortly after I had had an aha moment while talking to another friend of mine, where we realized that actually it's possible to map these more nebulous concepts like trust across an organization. And you could map across a geographic map, but you could also map across things like organizational structures. And so when John came to me, when we met and were talking about this, I saw how this concept I had been coming up with meshed with the sensing that John wanted to be working on. And it very quickly became clear that we could develop software which would overcome an awful number of the trust problems within companies and really help companies communicate and work far more efficiently and effectively.
That's absolutely great, Ben. So while we're with you at the moment, maybe you could explain a bit about what we've got in terms of the software, where we're at, what it does, and the point of testing we've made so far.
So we've been working on the software at Engaged Intelligence for the best part of a couple of years now. And what we have, as it stands, we developed a minimal viable product, which we tested with a group of people 6 months ago. And this taught us a lot about our product. Specifically, it taught us a lot about how people misunderstood what we were trying to achieve. And so we have gone back and we have thoroughly reworked the user interface in order to make it very clear what we are trying to do with trust. And the basic thing we are trying to do is provide a dashboard that provides oversight within a company of where there are trust problems. And specifically, we do this in real time so that as soon as you identify a trust problem, you can step in and talk about it with the right people and get it solved as quickly as possible. Now, this brings a number of challenges. And so our software is designed to overcome these challenges. We make it easy for people to provide the sort of feedback. We also make it safe for people to provide that feedback by using anonymity and by aggregating the data. So we're not identifying individuals who are lacking trust. We're not identifying individuals who are causing trust problems, but rather we are looking at the shape of trust across an organization. And this will become far more clear if you see our trust heat maps that we provide, so that you can identify where this hotspot is and so that you can react quickly to it.
That's great, Ben. Thank you very much. So I thought I'd just really summarize where we're at. I think just building on Ben's last point, there's not only is the real time and the anonymity, but also the individual can get a sort of tracker or log of how they're feeling over a period of time as well. So it's not just about connecting with leadership and then leadership intervening. And that's another sort of strength as we see it for the software. So where we're at right now is we're looking for partners specifically. We need to test this further in larger organizations. So we're reaching out to organizations as we speak. We are quite ambitious, so at some point we will need some level of investment. And we're very passionate about it. It's an exciting time for us. And this is really what we're about and what we want to do. So I think, if you're interested, please listen to our podcasts again. We've got will be the introductory one. We've done a few others already, and we will be doing more. We've also got a manifesto as well, which you can find on our LinkedIn page around trust, so you really get a greater understanding of what it is. So please like, share, and comment. But if you're working for a company and you think that this would benefit and you'd like to go and do an extended pilot trial with us, please reach out to us. So I'm going to hand over to Ben now, really just to finish off, because he can give his contact details, because that's probably the best channel for us moving forward.
Absolutely. We are at a stage now where we have a working model of the software. We have shown that it works on small scale trials. And really now we are looking for partners so that we can develop the software to be directly useful for that partner in their business, because now it's learning from real world use over and over again for us to improve this. So if you would like to be involved in that, if you're a company where you feel you might benefit from being able to monitor trust, especially if you have anything coming up where you are worried that the wrong move may cause problems, please get in touch with me. My email address is ben@engaged-i.com, or you can look up Ben Chalmers at Engaged Intelligence on LinkedIn and contact me that way. I'll be really pleased to talk to anybody who might just want to pick my brains around the sort of thing we're doing, or might want to make suggestions as to how we could work together to make this software better and make it more what you need in your company. Thank you.
Excellent, Ben. Thank you very much indeed. So there you have it. There's an overview of what we're about and what we intend to do. We're very passionate and we want to move forward. So please reach out to us. Thanks again, Ben, for sharing your insights too.
Thank you, John.